But first, the race-based referendum is less than a week away, and the cashed-up Yes camp is spending millions on advertising on every medium. The TV ads have reached saturation point, and then there are the myriad of celebs giving the Yes side free publicity. We all know how much Australians just love being lectured to by singers, comics and footballers. In the past week, we've had some doozies. There was a TV veteran, Ray Martin, calling folks dinosaurs and worse. He then doubled down on his asinine commentary, adding more nonsense like this.
Do I want to be that sort of Australian, or do I want the world to think that we are fair and reasonable? We can't point the finger at the Chinese about treatment of their minorities if we vote no on the 14th.
There you go, folks. If you don't enshrine toxic race politics into our founding document, we're just like the Chinese Communist Party committing ethnic genocide against the Uyghurs. Great call there, Ray. Just brilliant stuff, mate. And I would remind viewers that the PM was at Ray Martin's dinosaur and dickhead speech, and he called it powerful. But Anthony Albanese wasn't the only politician pushing celebrity opinion as if it's something that should sway the nation. On Thursday, it was Tanya Plibersek praising former footballer Adam Goode's backing of The Voice. That would be the same Adam Goodes who, after being named Australian of the Year in 2014, told Australians to remember whose lands you're on. And smeared footy fans as racist for booing him, and who just a couple of months ago argued for the Yes camp by falsely claiming his mother was part of the Flora and Fauna Act when she was born. That prompted even the ABC to issue a correction after airing Goodes' falsehood. They wrote, Indigenous people in Australia have never been covered by the Flora and Fauna Act. Thank you for that clarification, the ABC. On Wednesday, another Labor Minister, Linda Burney, was trumpeting another celebrity endorsement, this time a daft video featuring rapper Adam Briggs and Nathan Buckley, who backs the referendum despite admitting in this 86-second clip that he doesn't have any clue how it will actually work.
And I don't know how the Parliament will operate. I don't know how the Voice will go about its business, but I trust that we're going to keep moving towards giving the First Nations people more of a voice and more of a say to bridge the gap and to improve conditions.
Oh, well, that's me convinced. Powerful stuff. And the rapper in that clip, Adam Briggs, is in the habit of indulging in the most simplistic and divisive vitriol, regularly calling the No campaign racist, claiming the referendum is just about recognition, and even complaining about, and I quote, dumb dogs who want to know the details. Charming. But perhaps the most counterproductive bit of support for the Yes side in the past week came via the Nine papers, with their chief political correspondent excitedly promoting the views of activist Tani, known as Brown, who was once a no vote but has switched to yes in recent months. They eagerly shared her view that it's important for this country to send a message by writing yes in the upcoming referendum. Now, this would be the same activist who said during a protest on Australia Day, F Australia, I hope it burns to the ground. Don't know about you, but personally I prefer to ignore the opinions of those who hate this country and want to watch it burn. And before I go, let's check in with the woman who thought she was destined to be the leader of the free world. Remember when Hillary Clinton tweeted this in October 2016? Happy birthday to this future president, she wrote about herself. Deranged. Well, after refusing to accept the 2016 election result, claiming for years that the election was stolen, and helping to concoct the very dangerous conspiracy theory about Russian collusion, Hillary is now earnestly arguing for Trump supporters to submit to deprogramming.
Those MAGA extremists take their marching orders from Donald Trump, who has no credibility left by any measure. He's only in it for himself. He's now defending himself in civil actions and criminal actions. And when do they break with him? You know, because at some point, you know, maybe there needs to be a formal deprogramming of the cult members, but something needs to happen.
Okay, the woman who must be the most irredeemably toxic and unlikable politician I've ever seen, is calling Trump supporters extremists, calling for them to be deprogrammed, I don't know, at re-education camps, I suppose, that want to be big camps, though, because according to the latest Washington Post ABC poll, Trump has 52% support against Biden on 42%. And among independents, the gap is even bigger, with Trump on 52 compared to Biden on 39. That's according to the poll released by the left-leaning Washington Post and ABC on September 24, after 4 indictments and dozens of trumped-up criminal charges. So those re-education camps, Hillary, would want to be pretty big. It's clear that Mrs. Arkansas still hasn't learned from her deplorable moment. She can continue to call half the country extremists. It's only going to help alienate more voters.